Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know anything anymore. Do you guys see my dog this time? She's like hanging out in my pregnancy pillow. Today I wanted to talk about body positivity, which is super ironic because of my video last week. It's a pregnancy update, and I kind of go into details about how my old provider was calling me skinny pregnant, but then my new provider is telling me something very different. This video today, if you guys have read the title, which is about body positivity and pregnancy, was planned, pre-planned before any of that happened. If you guys are interested in watching that video, I will post it down below. I just wanted to introduce myself really quick. Hi, my name is Danny. I am a mother of a almost 22-month-old, and I am currently 29 weeks pregnant. The countdown in the third trimester has begun. I make motherhood and lifestyle videos, and if you're new here and you'd like to follow along that journey, make sure to hit subscribe just so you can get more content related to pregnancy. I also just recently moved, so there's going to be some content about that as well coming up in the future as we sort through all of the boxes. There are so many boxes. So I just wanted to make this video because I feel like pregnancy is a really vulnerable time where you're going through a lot of changes, both emotionally and physically. I know my friends have been talking about it who are pregnant, and I'm a part of a group on social media who is due around the same time, and they've also been talking about it a lot. Something that I feel passionate about, especially after last week. And so I might not be the best person in encouraging myself, but I sure as can encourage other people, and I love to do that. So this is what this video is about. I do want to give a warning. I am going to be talking about weight gain and weight loss. So if that's something that's triggering to you, you might want to skip this video. So the very first thing I did want to talk about, just to get it out of the way, is the weight gain. It is actually really important. You guys are, it's gonna blow your mind, promise. So I think one of the most helpful things for me as a pregnant woman, this is my second time being through pregnancy, is to recognize that weight gain is actually good. I know it sounds really weird to say. Once you see this chart that I've seen before too as well, you're gonna understand that the weight gain is good, and that your child actually needs this to flourish in the womb. So this chart that I'm going to pull up is actually for a mid-range BMI. The mid-range is if your provider has told you that you should gain at least 25 to 35 pounds. But if you are not in a mid-range BMI, just go online and you can find these charts for your BMI range during pregnancy. 1 to 2 pounds of that is in your chest because you are getting ready to provide nourishment for your newborn infant. Your baby is going to weigh roughly between 6 to 8 pounds. I know there have been a lot of babies lately that have been closer to 8 pounds. Jax was an 8-pound baby. Some babies are more, some babies are less. The placenta, which is what the umbilical cord is attached to, it's literally the lifeline of your child, is about 1 to 2 pounds. And so your uterus is also about 1 to 2 pounds. The amniotic fluid inside your amniotic sac where the baby is housed is 2 to 3 pounds. As you're pregnant, you gain 50% more blood. So for me, that looks a lot like having nosebleeds every single morning when I wake up. It's not funny, I don't know why I'm laughing about it. And then sometimes women will brush their teeth and they'll notice that their gums are bleeding more than normal, and that's totally normal. Your protein and fat storage. So you're like, wait, what? But remember, the first word is protein storage, about 8 to 10 pounds. And a lot of this fat is actually going to be converted into creating that milk inside of you for your baby. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you nurse, you're actually losing 500 calories a day. So it's there for a reason. And then your body fluids is about 3 to 4 pounds. So if you add all that up, we're just gonna do like max, okay, plus 4 is 35. Can you see it? So if you are in your head and you're going like, wait a second, I don't like this, or it's like you're thinking about becoming pregnant and you're really worried about the weight gain, try really hard to think of the weight gain as positive, because this is stuff that is literally used to nourish your baby. One of the other really important things to remember is that pregnancy is not a one-size-fits-all stereotype. We've been so bombarded with Instagram models, TV models, movies, YouTube even, all of this media showing us what pregnancy is supposed to look like. And it's not always reality. It can be reality, and I feel like there's a lot more happening on social media to show what it really is, which is great, but that's because there's so much out there that is either misinformation, or maybe one person looks like this when they're pregnant, but the majority of us don't. So the reality is that there's morning sickness, fatigue, there's zits that just won't quit instead of that amazing pregnancy glow that everyone is talking about. There's stretch marks and just a million things that go along with pregnancy that don't get shown in these places. So sometimes we have this idea going into pregnancy that it's gonna look one way, and then it's a very, very different way. On top of that, if you've been following me in my videos, you know that my pregnancy with Jax is very different than my pregnancy with this girl growing inside of me. I just want you guys to know that it's different. So I have a exercise for you guys to do actually. I had to write it down, so I'm gonna do a little down up action with my eyes. So I want you to go people watching. Seriously, go to the mall, go to the park, go somewhere where there's a lot of foot traffic. Look at the people and look at all of the differences that they have between one another. Notice if somebody's tall or short. Notice if they have different eye colors if you're that close. There's different hair types. There's different skin colors. There's broad and narrow shoulders. There's also broad and narrow hips. There's different torso lengths. I don't know if you guys have ever seen people who are really tall next to someone really short, but when they sit down, the tall person is actually shorter than the short person because their torsos are different lengths. The list can literally go on. After you've done this exercise, ask yourself one really important question. Do you really think that all pregnancies are supposed to look the same? Think about it. There's genetic factors coming in from both of your parents. There's genetic factors coming in from their parents. You cannot compare yourself to other people. You can't compare yourself to your best friend. You can't compare yourself to what you see in media. It's not fair to yourself. Whether you're showing early like me, here's a picture of me at 5 weeks pregnant. At the time, it is just baby bloat. But if I had run into anybody and not been wearing a baggy shirt and they knew me, they would probably ask if I was pregnant. Or you cannot show at all until maybe your third trimester. Your body just doesn't look pregnant. Maybe it looks like you ate too much Taco Bell. Don't get me wrong, I love Taco Bell. Maybe you're somebody who struggled with weight your whole life. You're just not feeling pregnant. You don't see that belly baby bump that all the other moms have. Just because somebody says that you don't look pregnant doesn't take away from the fact that you are. Again, it's not fair to compare yourself to anybody. No matter where you are on the spectrum, be proud of what your body has already accomplished and is going to accomplish throughout this pregnancy and even after. I'm gonna say it again for the women in the back. Maybe these are the women who people come up to them and say, wow, are you sure it's not twins? Be proud of what your body has already done and will continue to do throughout this pregnancy. When it comes to body changes, we can only be in control of so much, especially during pregnancy. There's a lot of things that are completely out of our control, but the one thing that can be in control is our mindset. So take a hold of the things that you actually can do and let go of the rest. So if you're struggling with the idea of weight gain, one thing you can do is to just try to eat more healthy. And when I say eating healthy, I mean actually research what is healthy. There are so many restaurants out there that are like, this is the healthy menu, but it's like, clearly it's not that healthy. Research what's healthy, try to eat those foods. If you're having sugary cravings like me, it is okay to indulge every once in a while. Yes, it is, but try and find those things that you can substitute with that are healthier and still sweet and satisfying. Research how many calories in a day extra you're supposed to be eating. There's that saying, you're eating for two. It's actually more like you're just supposed to be eating 300 extra calories a day. Now this might be different for different people, so please check in with your provider. But for me, it is just 300 extra calories a day, which is about a snack extra a day. Sometimes my body's hungry and I want to eat more than that. So it is what it is. And I think one of the most important things to remember is that if you're struggling with any and all of the body changes that you're going through in these short 9 months, and trust me, they will feel short in comparison once your baby is here. Just remember that your body actually wants to get back to where it was before you were pregnant. So I touched on this a little bit earlier, but when you're nursing, your body is losing 500 calories extra a day. I know for a lot of women, they choose to do formula, which is totally fine. I am not here to judge. Just know that if you choose to go the formula route, you are more than likely going to want to pair your journey in postpartum with eating healthier or some type of exercise. There are a lot of baby classes where you can use your baby as a weight, go on walks, meet mama friends, do whatever you gotta do. Just remember that you really are in control. I know sometimes that there are like health things that might prevent somebody from losing weight, but just don't give up hope. Just know, again, that there are certain things that you can be in control of. There are some things that you can't be in control of, like stretch marks and a saggy chest afterwards and just things like that. But you guys, just wear those things as a badge of honor. Your body just grew another life inside of you, and that's amazing. I just want you to know like how amazing that is, and that nobody can take that from you, including yourself. Like when you see those things, don't fill your head with dread, fill your head with joy, knowing that you gave life. And I don't know if you guys have heard this phrase before, but it took 9 months to grow a human. It's gonna take 9 months to get back to where you were before you grew that human. For some women, it's less. For some women, it's more. You are in control of what you can be in control of. And the things that you're not in control of, just let it go. Get support, rally behind you from your friends, your family, or social media groups that are going through the same things. I hope this was a good video. I know that I'm still going through my own mental journey, and so sometimes I feel like when I'm going through something myself, it's really hard to encourage other people in that, but I like encouraging other people, and I'm not perfect. I haven't got it all figured out or all together, and I don't know if I ever will, but I'm trying to remind myself every day that like I really can be in control of my thoughts towards myself, and I just gotta focus on growing this baby in my belly and taking care of my toddler, because that's really hard right now. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you guys are curious about what the rest of my videos are about, I will link some fun videos down below. I also just want to encourage people to comment below and tell me what it is you're struggling with, or did I miss anything, any topics that you wanted me to talk about. Maybe I'll do a round 2 of this style of video. Are there other video ideas that you have? So I want to know who my community is and get to know you guys and just chat it up. Again, my name is Danny and I make motherhood and lifestyle videos, and if you guys are interested in following along on my journey, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next week.